Hello, beloveds, and welcome to the Black Mirror Oracle. As I was scrying in the Black Mirror earlier today, I was getting these images of walking backwards. Let's talk about it a little bit. First, I saw the snowy woods, and there was a person in a dark cloak. I was looking at them from behind, and they were walking backwards. So the footprints in the snow looked like they were moving forward, but their body was moving backwards. Okay. And then I saw an image of cobblestone with snow and bird seed being thrown down, and then a flock of frenetic pigeons coming and eating it all in just a few seconds and then disappearing, leaving nothing there. So with these Black Mirror images, I'm getting the feeling of like how sometimes in life we feel like we've had to start over, like we're walking backwards, like we felt like we had abundance, like with the pigeons, and then it was suddenly taken away in such a dramatic or, unexpected way that we don't even know. It happens so fast, we don't even know how to handle it. And the walking backwards, you know what it makes me think of? There's this song by Jillian Welch called The Way It Will Be, and she says, "Got me walking backwards into my hometown." And it makes me think of that because it's saying like, oh, I felt like I had something and I was somebody and I went somewhere, but what happened to me, whether it was a toxic relationship or whether it was something that happened unexpectedly, like a health scare or something in my life, suddenly I feel like I'm not just back where I started, but I'm going backwards. And that can be such a hard thing to deal with. So let's see what your oracles say about that. And then we'll do a channeled tarot reading. Cuddle and cradle. During these difficult times, beloved, make sure you're loving and caring for yourself and not blaming yourself. There's so many things out of our circumstances. For example, here in the U.S., so many people lose everything for something medical, and then they're blaming themselves when really, like, nobody can financially survive a lot of these things. And your shadow card has this looking backwards. Look at that. The knight is looking backwards. Got me walking backwards, right? He's looking behind him, and he's focused on the barren, broken, scorched desert instead of seeing that he's about to cross into a better place. And I think the feeling here is that during hard times, these transition times, these times where we feel like we're going backwards, that everything has been stripped from us, that we're in a cold, barren, snowy place in our souls, and we can see where we should be going, those footsteps leading off, but we're still moving backwards, to make sure that we don't over focus on looking back, only enough to analyze so that we can do better, but we need to focus on looking forward. Take a risk. Moonflower. It feels risky to take chances when you're in this situation. The past, dark moon. Everything in these situations, everything feels high risk, feels dangerous, right? Because you feel like even when you recover, you can feel like, oh, any minute I could lose everything again. And it's true. And the past has programmed your subconscious to believe that no matter what happens, you could end up falling again. You know what's funny? This card was laying here, and I just stuck it back in the deck. Like, it didn't pick up with the other ones, and it just popped out on its own. It's a cardinal. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love synchronicities. It's a cardinal over a sign that says risk, opportunity, and safety. Take a risk. Oh my gosh, doesn't that fit perfectly? We're talking about how everything can feel risky after this has happened, and that you can be over obsessed with safety, and that you might miss important opportunities. You might be too hard looking at the past that you forget that you have a bright future. So take that time to nurture your inner child and take care of yourself, even in the smallest ways that you can, right? And here we have like a beautiful heart-shaped, yeah, focus on your heart. Your heart is, I do this meditation. So it's a heart and it's dripping down a mountain. It's like a heart lake dripping down a mountain with a nice waterfall. I do this meditation, actually. I've never seen this card before, by the way. This is a new deck I have, and I love it so far. I do this meditation that says, my heart is an open, empty space where love flows through like water from the unending source. I would encourage you, if that resonates with you, to say that to yourself and just feel that. See if it can unclog some things. Because your mind, anytime this kind of big thing happens that sets you back, your mind's going to be really scared of taking opportunities because they feel super risky. Choose to be present. Don't be stuck in that past. Choose to be present. It's hard. Try just a little bit at a time, 10 seconds. Kaizen is the idea that you do everything a teeny tiny bit at a time, so that at the end of the day, or at the end of the week, if you did 5 minutes a day, at the end of the week, you've done a lot. At the end of the year, you've done a whole lot, right? Love endures. My heart is an open, empty space where love flows through like water from the unending source. That will clear you out. 5 minutes a day, 5 seconds a day. Say it 1 time a day. Just say it. Let yourself feel that love flow through you. We're now going to do a channeled tarot message. That one popped out. The 9 of Pentacles. You are strong and independent, beloved. That popped out, so I just wanted to jump in on that. And so, on those hard days when things seem really, really bad, just remember how much you've overcome. We get so caught up in what we could be doing and what we feel like we failed at. We forget to look at all the good things that we've done. And beloved, you have been such a giving person. Oh my goodness. But you're ready to move forward out of this energy. That's why you're here, because you felt the lack. High Priestess energy here. Beloved, this has all been, you have transmuted this, followed by the star. High Priestess followed by the star. You have transmuted this walking backwards, this feeling like a failure. You have, or you will soon be, transmuting this into something greater than what you had before. Okay? And it can look like that's never going to happen, that you're never going to recover. But this this 6 of Swords, you are moving forward with this. It feels like that there are some delays, but with the Sun energy under the High Priestess with the Moon, you're just trying to find that balance. And remember, the Star comes after. The Star comes after the Tower. The Tower cleanses you. It cleanses the doors of perception. It destroys by truth, not by malice. So, beloved, you have been through something that wrenched your soul, and you felt like you lost pieces of yourself, that you lost the momentum in your life, that something so important was destroyed. And there is for some of you, there's a somberness to this, because it might be something big that cannot be replaced. But remember, someone said one time that, like, grief is not, you don't heal from grief. You grow a new container around it. So basically, you have to expand yourself. For some of you, you're going to bounce back from this with something even better. For some of you, it's that you're going to transmute into a larger container. With this Sun energy, though, and this High Priestess energy, this has been hard fought and hard won. And you felt like there were times that you have felt like this was not going to get better, that you were going to be stuck at a standstill for a long time. But beloved, you are bright. The Sun is in your energy. Yeah, the Sun. So with this High Priestess, Star, and Sun energy, all this major arcana, along with the 9 of Pentacles, your independence is coming. The independence is the key to this transmutation, because and the independence doesn't mean not to depend on each other. It means to have a strong sense of yourself, so that when these situations happen, first of all, you can likely be to prevent some of them if they're caused by other people because you're so internally strong. But also, beloved, transmutation is not a smooth, easy process. You know, we like to think that, oh, ooh, look at them and their little, no. There's a funny meme that's like what people think spiritual awakening looks like. And it's like a person doing yoga and they're like, what it actually looks like. It's like, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. And so you might be in that energy right now, right before the high priestess, right before. So with the high priestess energy and the star energy, the star is right after the tower. It's that calming light of relief afterwards. So if you feel like that this is the moment where you have finally accepted this change and decide to start moving forward, and the high priestess is how you integrate it into your psyche and into your life. Okay, beloved, you're doing so well. I'm so sorry that you went through this. And this is the way of life. Sometimes we go through a lot of it, sometimes we go through a little of it, but each time how we move forward has to do with how we transmute it, how we interpret it. Your affirmation card. I inhale the highest and best vibrations. I inhale all the joy of life's blessings. It feels like there can be no blessings left when you've gone through something like this, beloved. But the joy and the hope, all that lives in you. It's not external. And we need our basic needs met. So I'm not downplaying any of that. But sometimes things happen externally, and the only control that we have is the internal control. And through that, oftentimes we can start projecting more external control. So, beloved, thank you for being here, and I hope to see you next week. You're so strong. Just keep up the great work.